Hey guys, it's the Middle Age Gamer here. Today we're going to be syncing up the webcam footage with your microphone or your sound or audio. And there's a couple different ways to do it. I'm going to show you the free way first, which usually is probably the easiest for most people out there. We're going to go ahead and open up Windows Movie Maker, which comes with Windows 8. I think you can also download it for Windows 7 if you need to as well. And then for the audio program to record the microphone, we're going to go ahead and open up Audacity, which is also a free audio program that you can get through Google. And I'll put a link in the description where you can download Audacity as well. So in Movie Maker, you just want to click on webcam video, and then on the Audacity, make sure that you are on the microphone. You can test it if you need to. Test. You can see I got wavelengths coming up there. And let's go ahead and get rid of that real quick. What I'm going to do, I'm going to record the video and audio at the same time, save it as two separate files real quick, and I'm going to show you how to sync them in both Windows Movie Maker and also Sony Vegas Studio as well. So let's go ahead and get into it. This is a test. I will be syncing the audio from Audacity into Windows Movie Maker and also Sony Vegas Studio. Okay, so I just stopped both of them. I saved kind of what they call, where I call a rough draft. I don't know what you want to call it really. But what you have to do in here after you save it is basically go render it real quick. So you're going to save movie. I already have for high definition settings. So we're going to be saving it in 1080p, which is 1920 by 1080. So we'll label this webcam footage. And then we need to go ahead and save the audio as well. So we're going to be doing, let's see here. Export, and we'll go ahead and save it as a WAV. You could also save it as an MP3 or M4A, whatever you feel more comfortable with. Let's go ahead and save it in H as well. We'll go ahead and label it webcam footage audio and save that there. You can also put in your details if you want. Of course, I have to put the Middle Age Gamer. Go ahead and hit OK on that. Alright, we can go ahead and close out of Audacity. We already have everything saved on that. And let's go ahead and delete the track to the right. Just hit delete on the keyboard. So what we want to do, we have the footage and the audio from the footage here. And to sync it up in Movie Maker, it's fairly easy. You can just go ahead and drag and drop right here. And it's going to create two bars that you can then go in and edit. So let's go ahead and hit play, see if it syncs up at all. This is a test. I will be syncing the audio. So pretty easy to see that it does not sync up right there. And what we'll do, let me see if we can go ahead and expand this at all. This is a test. Okay, so just click on the bottom bar and we can move it over to where it needs to go. It's a little bit harder to edit in Windows Movie Maker. You can't do as much, and I'll show you what you can do in Sony Vegas Studio here in a second. Let's go ahead and see if we're anywhere close though. So it's still late. Let's go ahead and move this back a bit. This is a test. I will be syncing the audio from Audacity. Still a little bit off. Again, not a whole lot of control here. Let's go back just a bit more. This is a test. I will be syncing the audio from Audacity into Windows Movie Maker and also Sony Vegas Studio. Okay, so that's pretty much how you sync up audio to video in Windows Movie Maker. And what you want to do is you can go ahead and publish movie, or excuse me, save movie. Again, you want to use 1080 display, and you can put webcam plus audio or whatever you want to call it at the time. and you can go ahead and save it. Depending on the length of the video, Movie Maker is really quick at rendering compared to some other programs. You can see it's already finished right there. We can open the folder. Let's go ahead and make sure that the video and audio play together properly real fast. This is a test. I will be syncing the audio from Audacity into Windows Movie Maker and also Sony Vegas Studio. There you go. So everything looks good. Now the next step is we need to go ahead and open up Sony Vegas Studio so you can see how to do it in there. And got in the wrong place right there. Let's go to Tools and Vegas right there. And it's actually Sony Vegas Pro 12. And so the timeline's down here where you're going to drag and drop stuff like Windows Movie Maker. It's a little bit more complicated in here, but you have a lot more tools at your disposal. And you can also edit multiple audio and video clips at the same time and play in real time as well. So let's go ahead and get the webcam footage dragged in there. And let's go ahead and get the audio dragged in. So with most videos, you're going to have an audio bar here. As you can see, there's no audio whatsoever. So what we're going to do, and I want to bring this over to look at the preview pane real fast. This is the preview pane. Is you want to ungroup this from the video, and if you don't, I'll show you. If you just want to delete this bar and you hit delete, you're going to delete both of them or whatever's in that group. So what you want to do is right click on here, group, and then remove from the group, and then hit delete. There you go. And I believe you can also remove the track to the left by hitting delete track. There we go. So now we just have the video and audio right there. On this cursor, this is what's going to move the video back and forth. If you left click it and hold it down, it's going to go through the video and audio slowly, or you can right click to go through the video and audio fast. So let's go ahead and go to the beginning, see how far we're off real quick. The other good thing is the mouse wheel on this, you can zoom in or zoom out to get finer adjustments and detailing. So let's go ahead and hit play right here. Hit stop and then play. This is a test. I will be syncing the audio. So again, you see that we're definitely off here, but the good thing about Sony Vegas Pro is you can actually go. Let's find out where I first start talking by doing this. So if you watch my mouth, it starts opening right there. Let's go ahead. Then we can in turn drag the audio down to where the audio starts. So let's see if we're pretty close or not. Let's go ahead and hit play right here. This is a test. I will be syncing the audio. No, it's not. So go back. This is a test. Okay, so that's where the this is. Let me go ahead and move this back a bit more. I started that word off a little bit slow. This is a test. I will be syncing the audio from Audacity into Windows Movie Maker and also Sony Vegas Studio. Okay, so we're pretty close right there. If you want to, you can go ahead and zoom in really far, and then you can do some fine-tooth adjustments, as I call it. I said fine-tooth, should say fine-tune, huh? So let me go ahead and hit play and stop it real quick. This is a pretty close. Let me watch it one more time just to make sure. This is a test. I will be syncing the audio from Audacity. So that's pretty good. And then what you can do on here is you don't want to mess up the location of the audio to this video, especially when you're adding in other video and audio. So what you do is click on one of these, either one, hold down the control button, click on the other. You want to right click and group them together. And what this is going to do, if you zoom out, anytime you move the video or the audio, it's going to keep it on track. Other thing that you can do, if you want to, you can go ahead and clip this track. Just put this bar where you want to. Make sure they're grouped together, and you can go ahead and right click and hit split. And if you delete the bottom or the top one, it's going to delete both of them. And you can do the same thing to the end whenever you want the footage to end there. You can go ahead and split this as well. Delete that, bring this to the forefront, and then you can add another video, audio, whatever you want to do from this point out. Most important thing is you do have to render the video. In Sony Vegas Pro, it does take a little bit longer. I have some custom rendering settings for YouTube uploads using 1080p. You definitely want to use MP4. And let's go ahead and upload this to de-uploaded videos, and we can put this as final webcam and audio, and go ahead and hit render right there. Still fairly quickly, probably a little bit slower, maybe twice as long as Windows Movie Maker, and it does make a difference for the longer videos that are hour, 2 hours long. It's going to be quite a long render process, but keep in mind you have much more skill and much more fine-tuning to Vegas Pro, which is going to help you in the long run if you want to get used to it for the time being. So let's go ahead and open this up and make sure that everything is working properly. This is a test. I will be syncing the audio from Audacity into Windows Movie Maker and also Sony Vegas Studio. Okay, so that's the two ways you can sync audio to video. One again is using Sony Vegas Pro 12. The other is going to be using Windows Maker or Movie Maker that comes with Windows 8. And so I guess it's up to you guys to kind of decide which is better. Honestly, if you're just making quick videos, quick editing, Windows Movie Maker is the way to go. However, if you know you want to eventually expand into doing clips that go in and out, different footage, different webcam footage, then you definitely want to start using Sony Vegas Pro now and get used to that. Again, this is the Middle Aged Gamer. I appreciate you guys watching. Please subscribe and go ahead and comment if possible. Thanks.